EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Baltimore Ravens. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
From the 41, Jackson. Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. First carry for Najee Harris. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
They snap it at 1. Now it's Griffin. It's brought in by Harris. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now it's Griffin. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down. run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Griffin. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
Griffin's throw there hauled in by Claypool. 7 yards on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. They hand this off to Harris. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. Harris. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Najee Harris, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
On 2nd and inches, Jackson. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down. Here's Jackson to throw. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he takes it all the way down to the 3.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Jackson now. A high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
On 2nd and goal, Jackson flushed out right. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
They'll try to run with Dobbins. They push forward, but I don't think it's enough. He's going to be about a yard short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. Jackson from the shotgun. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Steeler D will celebrate the goal line stand. On 1st and 10, it's Griffin. And Stills over the middle. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
That was awfully nice. Hit him in stride, and off he went. It was almost like the ball hitting him was like him receiving a baton, and he was running the anchor leg in a relay race.
These two teams all tied after one. Now Griffin on first down. He gets it complete to Harris. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And some room to roam now. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Najee Harris with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes the score 14-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a fourth down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
To throw again on second down. Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Malcolm Jenkins, the strong safety, swoops in for the sack.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And they work this well upfield across the 45. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block, it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty. But it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
Play action. Now Jackson. And this is caught. It's Brown. And all the way down to the 22-yard line.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Ravens. It's Hollywood Brown. Marquise Brown. Touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. Tucker now for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And, Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game. Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop. Again, it's Harris on second down. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 straight runs of 5 yards, 1st and 10. Oh, that's a very good run there by Najee Harris, who can take it inside. He can get to the perimeter. He can do it all with his build and his speed. This is a guy coming out of Alabama who did everything for the Crimson Tide. That's why Pittsburgh took him in the first round. Last in the league in rushing as a team last year were the Steelers. They're expecting Harris to kickstart their running game. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. On the give, this is Harris. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon. Accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Instead of a 3rd and 4, now they have to manage a 3rd and 9 after the delay of game. Here's Griffin. Being chased out left. He finds his man, complete. That's Harris. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. The fullback wide. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth.
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10. Once again, Griffin. He finds his man, complete. That's Harris. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He finds his target, Ebron. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Throwing again, Griffin. Caught on a slant. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Chase Claypool. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are going to take the lead. Boswell good with the extra point. And the lead is now 21-14. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Steps away to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
To throw again on second down, Jackson. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
On third down, Jackson. Forced out to his left. Going up top for Kupp. And that'll be incomplete. Now they took their shot, but the coverage up to the task, and it forces a 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And taken right on the 30. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Final play of the half. It's Griffin. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. So we reach halftime here in the Steel City with the Steelers on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, so time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
On 3rd down, Griffin. Ebron caught left side. And out across midfield down to the 45. That one goes for 30 yards. Here's Harris. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 88 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Harris. Pernell McPhee in there on the stop.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And this thing gets blown up well behind the line of scrimmage, but the marker is down on the field. Who's this against? And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. To throw is RG3. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance,
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there.
Partner, it took a while for him to lock onto a receiver, and he finally found his man coming left to right across the formation. But by the time he got the ball to him, not much of a chance to turn upfield and make anything out of it.
Now a throw out to his fullback is complete. That one a first down pickup of 8.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game. But in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. To throw is Jackson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Play action. It's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And this is caught inside the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown. His second TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Ravens draw a bit closer. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. Steps away. And now he'll let this one go deep. Back over the middle. And this one is incomplete.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Griffin now to throw on 3rd down. Flush to his right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
That one goes for 24 yards. Jackson on 1st down. Dancing to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. That'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a 1st down to boot. They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. And we'll go right back to Andrews. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third. They go play action now. Jackson sliding out of the pocket. And his throw here's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Now it's Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Tucker's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Griffin. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down. Here's Griffin. He finds his man, complete. It's Harris. 7 yards there on the 1st down screen play.
He's had success running the football, and this is more or less an extension of that because they drop it off to him on the screen. And I'll bet he's thinking to himself, if I didn't have to slow up a bit here in traffic, I could have really made something out of that one.
3 yards remain for 2nd down. They'll run. Here's Harris. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. This is Harris. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. He's got Claypool for a Steeler touchdown. Chase Claypool, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers are going to take the lead. Boswell for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down. Jackson escaping the pressure right. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. Now it's Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 7 yards there on the first down screen play. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Going up top for Kupp. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. 2nd down and 3. Here's a give to Dobbins. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Jackson slings it to Andrews, and it's complete. The tight end has it. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. From the 25 on 2nd down, Jackson eluding the pressure right. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 14. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. On 2nd and a yard, Jackson flushed out right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Now Jackson rolling to his right. And that'll be caught. Touchdown Ravens. It's Hollywood Brown. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. Taken at the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. His throw incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you had. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Now a dump off here complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. A give to Harris. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
117 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. A good gain on first. Has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. They run again with Harris.
Short gain, last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely. This defense, they're saying go right ahead with those.
Here's Griffin.
Flush to his right. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Patrick Queen.
He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
He's going deep for Brown. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, 72 yards.
And the Ravens on one play have taken the lead.
Tucker with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown. Eric Ebron, his 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
So a big play now as the Steelers will go for 2.
Now Griffin.
And this is going to be intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it.
And the Ravens have just about sewn up this football game.
Well, that decision to me was all about pulling up the chart. You know, that beautiful chart that tells you when to go for 2, when to go for 1. I do love it. It helps you with your decision-making during heated times. And just look at it right here in this point of the game. Go for 2. Try and make it a field goal difference.
But now just up 1 makes the rest of this fourth quarter a little more interesting.
Yeah, they followed the chart. They just didn't get the 2 points on the board, did they?
Nope. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
It's a first down and more for Dobbins,
as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. It's a gain of 4, and that should just about seal the deal. Down to a knee goes Jackson, and that should seal it.
And how about this finish? Able to take a knee, run out the clock, and close this game out by 1 point. You talk about how many coaches we talked to? They all said the same. All I want to do is win by 1 point. That got tested in this one.
Yep, and that cliche rings true. A single penny separates this one. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for Baltimore, the playoffs may be out of reach, but the win gets them to 4-8 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. Meanwhile, for now, as they drop to 4-8, they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. Higher Crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.